Hi, it's Bill Cohen for J Circle Martial Arts, and this is how to punch for your body type. The problem with a lot of martial arts is they're very cookie cutter. Everyone goes into class, everyone learns the same technique, and everyone does the same thing. Often it's because the teacher only knows one or two mechanics, and that's all he's got. I'm telling you right now, having worked with a lot of people of different sizes, that's not really how it works. When you learn to punch, it's got to be almost custom to your body, because you're going to get people who are this big, with shoulders like this, and you're gonna get people like me. Or you'll get people who are this tall and very wiry. You don't know. So to try and teach them all the same thing is foolish and it doesn't work. So we're gonna start at the bottom, right? If you're very small and wiry, if you think that you're just gonna man up and muscle and bang on people with size, you're probably wrong. Being small requires more skill than being big. I'm telling you, I've seen it. You can be big and get away with a lot of nonsense just because you have that much mass that delivers behind the blow. When you're my size or smaller, you don't. If you are my size, it is important that you learn how to pop with the body. So when you pop with the body, you have to learn how to load everything like a baseball swing or like a pitcher for baseball. You want to load the body, make sure everything loads like a rubber band inside. You want spring, so that when your body pops, it explodes through. You don't have the luxury of just using muscle, you don't. So many guys I watch too, in cookie cutter styles, they go like this and they do a lot of hip and a lot of muscle work, and it doesn't work. You have to learn how to pop that body. Everything has to load and unload properly and explode through it. The other thing you can do when you're small, which I recommend, is you use momentum in feet. So many people learn to stop and punch, but the energy goes into the ground when you do that. At my size, it's important that I use my feet and I actually spring through it. If you watch, when I hit sometimes, my foot doesn't even hit the ground when I'm hitting because I want to jump through my opponent. I want this energy to pop right through. And that could be with the front foot or the back foot. I don't care. Energy's got to go through. So remember, when you're small, you have two options. You have pop, right, where you explode through things, or you have feet, which allow you to run through. Now, when you're larger, the odds of you popping like that are slim. What happens is the more mass you have, the harder it is to control that body. That's why when you watch professional sports, generally the big guys aren't nearly as quick or nimble as the small guys. I mean, every once in a while you find that one freak athlete who can do it all, but it's pretty rare. So when you're huge, your odds of learning how to move and explode and pop are very slim. What you want to use when you're bigger is mass. Mass is your friend. But when you use mass, you want to use it properly. So many big guys hit hard, but they wind up and they take really big swings, and their body's all out of alignment by the time they hit their opponent. When you're big, what you want to do is you got to learn to relax. So many guys with muscle want to use it. I understand that. But remember what the muscle's there for. It's just weight that you can distribute into the shot. The muscle doesn't actually create the punch. So when you're big, you want to relax, take your mass as a human being, and just throw it. Boom, heavy. When you're smaller, like a lot of times those shots go bang and they explode and they go into the body. When you're bigger, they're heavier. You want to drive your person and drive them because you don't usually have that kind of whip to do it like a smaller guy would. They both work. They're just different. So when you're large, ideally if you can take that mass, relax the shoulders and the hips enough, and keep your hands in the center of your body to where you can just come in and drop that weight. Tremendous punching power for guys that are big. Never, even if they're sloppy, you should never underestimate a big, strong human being just because the mass is behind it. The other thing big guys have got to learn is feet. Usually bigger people struggle really hard with the footwork because they're just not nimble. So you don't have to be as nimble or quick as a smaller person. What you have to be is you just have to be able to keep your feet underneath you so you're not leaning. So when people are big, you want to learn to keep yourself underneath. So when you swing, those feet should be under your body. If you're like this, you may hit them once in a while, but if you miss, you're going down, it's going to be a lot of trouble. Big guys have to learn to relax, set their weight, be more patient because you're not going to be as quick. Work your way in, be heavy and drive punches. And then there's guys in the middle, right, who can do a little of both. They have enough weight where they can drive punches, but they're also quick enough where they can throw snaps. Those guys are really interesting because they can do both, and they're a hard guy to fight. Now, even if you're a small guy, you should learn a little bit of how to drive with weight. And if you're a big guy, you should learn a little bit of how to pop. Little guys pop, big guys drive. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely.